and still are, and deal with all kinds of people and team goals and team sports of people that might not have your same worldview, your same thought on life, your same theology, and yet you want to stand for the most important thing in your life.
Yeah, if they don't agree with me, I just kick them off the team.
That works now. Texas is a different state.
Yeah, I can't beat it, you know. But I think there's a misnomer that if you're a Christian, then somehow like you shouldn't play the game as hard, or you should be more friendly with your opponent or something like that. You shouldn't, since God's got it all under His control, that you shouldn't work hard or whatever. I mean, that's sort of the stigma that Christian athletes that have, and sometimes with good reason. So, I mean, my philosophy is, look, if you're a Christian, you should work harder. If you're a Christian, you should play harder. You should care more. You should be a better teammate, because we're not working for men, but for God, as the scriptures say. So if I'm doing it for God and not for man, then I should want to do it not to the best of my ability plus some. I mean, and so I encourage my guys, look, we're gonna play the game hard, and that has a huge impact on the non-believers. And I know this not necessarily from my coaching of high school kids, but from my experiences in the major leagues and watching a guy you mentioned my pitching coach, Andy Pettit, and he's as fine a Christian man as there is on the planet. He's one of my best friends, and it's a joy to be around him on a daily basis. And this guy went about his business the right way. Never, he was. If you read the scriptures and you see how Jesus attracted people of all kinds, and a lot of times they attracted some of what we would consider the worst kind of people. They were attracted to Jesus, and Andy was the same way in the locker room. The worst sinners in there were congregating around his locker and seeking life advice from him. And the reason why is because of the way he went about his business, and the reason, and he was willing to play hurt. I mean, he pitched a game in New York against the Mets when he was with us in Houston, and I'll never forget, he had surgery like 2 days after the game. He was throwing about 80 miles an hour and pitched 7 shutout innings in a game he absolutely had to win with a torn flexor tendon in his elbow. And just every inning, he was sitting in the dugout. He was in incredible pain. But when you see somebody give that kind of effort and work as hard as he worked, and he won the respect of all of the guys in there, no matter what their background or faith or anything were. He impressed them so much that they were willing to listen to what he had to say. And I want my guys to play that way. I want to be that way myself, where, hey, you do it as unto the Lord and not unto men, and people will be attracted to that effort, to the taking whatever it is you do for a living and doing it to the utmost.